Yo, it's that time again. The Zoo Sasquatch Vacation Contest is live. Take our sticker somewhere awesome. Beach, mountains, Disney, a trash can, it doesn't matter. Just make it epic. Send your pic to Andy at MatosDesigns.com by August 5th for a shot at $1,000 in prizes. Let's see where the Matos crew ends up this summer. Now go get wild with it.
What up, Ryan?
What is happening? Oh, I'm getting a phone call right when it started.
It's like
what's going on, man?
I am exhausted.
Sound like it.
I am super tired.
Yeah, that's what happens when you book a late flight. What are you doing?
I'm reading something. I just got a message too.
Okay. Yeah, it's just my daughter. She probably wants money. But
so, yeah, we are. I'm tired. And what did you do last week?
Shipped a ton of crap. Worked, fished. I didn't catch up to as many emails as I wanted to, but I am still catching up. So if you're out there waiting for me to reply, but yeah, Bryson caught his first yellow perch, which is different from like a sun perch. It's not a panfish, but he caught his first one Thursday night, and then we did fireworks. Still have all our fingers and toes. Well, fingers. I don't know why you'd lose a toe, but I'm sure it's happened. Get nothing, man. You are tired.
Yeah, the flippy flop. I guess if you're in flippy flops, you could lose a toe.
Yeah, totally could. Yeah, we had some rain and stuff right before starting to set off the fireworks, so it kind of soaked everything down because I didn't mow the yard, so that's probably a good thing. Mowed it on Sunday, and I got oh my gosh, old man moment. I got a text from my neighbor at 10:37 Sunday night saying, "Hey, did you leave your tractor running?" I got done mowing the yard at like 4:30, 5 o'clock, and got busy doing other stuff, cooking dinner, Sunday dinner, and totally forgot about my tractor running. So,
how long did it run for?
6 hours. Yeah. Because I always let it cool down because it's a diesel engine and the Kubota.
Oh, it definitely cooled down.
It definitely cooled down, and yeah, I got to go out and do a blowout on it because it's probably full of soot and everything else. So,
did it run out?
No, it still had fuel in it. It's got like
you don't have to try to fix that.
Oh, you've never primed a diesel? That's fun.
That's why I said that.
Oh yeah. That's the first thing I looked at is how much fuel was left in it.
And I bet you that tractor doesn't have a nice little pump over the top of the filter, does it?
Well, probably not. I've never had to look, so I've never had to check. But yeah, priming a diesel is no fun at all.
No, not at all.
Good time.
Oh yeah, I am so tired. I'm also frustrated because for some reason today, every computer I've turned on, the monitors won't work. Like I go into the shop when I get here and try to turn on the printing computer, right? See where we're at on stuff and if there's anything that, I couldn't get that monitor to turn on. I don't know why. The computer would turn on everything, but the monitor, it was on. It just, like, the computer wouldn't send it data. Like, it just was frustrating me.
Wow.
So I unplugged everything, plugged it back in, and then it worked. Then I go to the podcast computer.
Same thing.
And the two monitors, same thing. They won't get signal. Like, they're just not. The computer turns on, it does all the shit, the mouse lights up, right? The monitors won't get signal. So then I grab my laptop, plug it in. So now I'm double seeing the same image on two screens because I didn't have time or the effort.
One of me is enough, man. You don't need two of me.
Yeah. So if I keep looking over here, it's because I'm also looking on the monitor. And then I put this up there because Brian Michaels is flying home from the Mini at Sea. He's probably not as tired as me because he got to sleep in a bed last night and then didn't get home at 1 something in the morning and didn't go to sleep till like 2:30.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I'm tired.
Nicely rested. So
and then woke up early because Faye had cheerleading camp.
Of course.
It's all the fun.
Good time.
So, yeah. I guess we're gonna talk about what I did. So
yeah, we'll talk about that in a minute.
But Brian's got something up because Bobby.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Bobby's in the staging area just waiting.
Oh no, you don't know what I'm talking about.
I don't see Bobby. Bobby's not
there. Run the intro.
Jesus. You guys are up to something. I don't even know where the button is for the intro right now. I'm trying. I also
We're going to try this.
Work right now.
Recorded in front of a live studio audience.
This is a Matos Designs production.
And I am not done. Mark my word.
I like your line. I like your prices. But there's a problem. There's no guarantee on the box.
You can't hang out with chickens and expect to soar with eagles.
Guess who's back? Guess who's back? An electrician got your light works up. And now your hosts,
JR and Brian.
Oh, we can handle it. We're professionals.
Hey, we're going to change that up a little bit. It's going to be the Brian and Bobby show.
Hey, Brian.
Bobby, what's happening, man?
Not much. I got rid of my son for a week. He's off at scout camp. And just helping out around with Cub Scouts too now, too. As well.
Right on. That is very cool. So, I mean, not getting rid of your son for
no, he didn't care that we left. That made me cry.
All right. Well, you have a guest that we're going to talk to about the mini.
There's some mini that happened in the water somewhere.
Yeah,
hopefully
something
let's see what happened.
Went up to freezing for the reason. So
yeah,
but yeah, well, you want to introduce our guest? I'll bring him up to the stage.
What is this? This is going steal the show. They didn't tell me they were doing this.
Well, and this is
the questions.
This is Bobby's total idea. He's like, "Hey, man, should we have JR as the guest to talk about the Mini at Sea?" And I'm like, "Oh, that'd be awesome." So we're going to ask
the official guest.
Huh?
Yes.
Yeah.
You're the guest.
So you're the guest in this. So you can't speak unless spoken to. No, I mean, no, we're going to ask you questions and we'll go from there. You can answer them about the Mini at Sea.
Okay.
And Bobby made me change that one question. So now it says a 10 or left your computer at home. So that's fixed.
Okay.
Bobby's got my back.
All right. Let's do this.
You want to get started, Bobby? You're on me too.
Yeah.
We're the super duper triers today.
We are working it.
Oh, because I mean, you already talked about the first question about how wrecked you are post Mini. No.
I am definitely exhausted.
Okay.
And it's mostly because of yesterday. Like once we got off the boat, we weren't supposed to get to the airport till like 4. And then when we went to the Space Needle, rode the fast elevator up to the top, scared the crap out of Cecilia, making her walk on a glass floor.
Nice.
And hung out there and then went to the airport. And then our flight kept getting delayed. So it was great. was great.
More minor delays.
More minor delays.
Yes. You want to hear about a minor delay? So check this out. We were supposed to fly out there Saturday morning, right? We get on the boat on Monday. We wanted a day to look around, do Seattle stuff, see the first Starbucks, and all that good stuff. So we're supposed to get on a flight at like 8 in the morning. At 4 in the morning, Alaska Airlines cancels our flight.
What?
Yeah. And then we get on a new flight out of SFO to Bend, Oregon, who doesn't get transfers. They don't get transfers at that airport, ever. Like, you get off the plane, you go down a hallway to baggage claim.
And you're done. Yeah.
And you're done. And then you have to go back through security back in to the airport to get on your next flight.
Wow.
Right? So we do that, and we go to check into our seats, and they're like, oh, you're not checked into for this flight. We're like, what do you mean not checked in for this flight? We checked in for this flight in San Francisco. Like, it's automatic. Well, apparently, like, Johnny's ticket, because they transferred it, had something wrong with it. So, like, it couldn't check it in. So then they gave our seats away.
Oh, no way.
Oh.
But luckily, it was to, like, crew and stuff.
Yeah.
So they fixed it and kicked people off the plane so we could get on the plane.
Wow.
Did you contact your travel agent about this?
Yeah, she was.
She may have been traveling with them. I'm not sure.
Yeah. So we get on the plane, and we finally get to Seattle at like 6 or 7.
Yeah.
Oh, let's go walk around. Well, that Pike's place where all the fish market and all that stuff, that closes at 4:30. Everything around there pretty much closes at 4:30. All the restaurants, everything.
Oh.
So I was like, well, there's Target.
What about Starbucks? Wasn't there Starbucks?
No, it wasn't open either.
Oh, jeez.
No, wait,
Holy
it was.
cow.
But it was the first Starbucks, so it had this crazy-ass line in front of it. And Johnny had the best line. He's like, it's just Starbucks. There's one over there.
Yeah.
It's overpriced coffee.
We didn't go there then. So, yeah, I forgot where we found to eat. We found somewhere to eat. Oh, there's like a wharf area. We went to go eat down there. That was open.
Do you still get some fresh seafood and everything?
Yeah.
Well, you probably get that all the time being where you're at. So
Yeah,
it's not a treat
like
for you. It's just regular food.
regular food. So, yeah, there was my flights. Gotta love Alaska. And they're one of the better ones, too.
Wow.
great.
Could have
Was
flew up
this-
here and then got a direct flight over to
Yeah.
Washington from here.
You never know. They could have put me on a flight there.
I mean, you'd have to do the same thing. You'd have to get off the plane, go get baggage claim, go right back through security because we're not a transit up here. But
Oh, really? That's the first time I've ever been to an airport like that. It was
Yeah,
like off the
that's-
plane and baggage claim. Like, there's no re-entering. Like, every other airport I've been to, you re-enter the door that everybody get on the plane from the door.
The only time I ever ran into that myself was coming from Jamaica. But we were flying international, though.
Yeah.
Oh wow,
So you got to get your stuff, go and recheck.
Oh, yeah, you have customs.
yeah, for customs.
But yeah, so that was my my travel. It was great. It was tiring.
So you're tired before you even got started.
Oh, yeah. And then Saturday morning, we woke up early and tried to do as much stuff because we had planned for 2 days
Yeah,
of doing stuff. We tried to do it all at once. But we
So what
rented
time
a
did-
car and went to these twin waterfall things. And so we went to go do that. And then we were going to come back and go to the Space Needle and walk around Pike's place. But Seattle had a parade
Oh,
that ended at the Space Needle. And so we drive back, and the directions take us to the Space Needle, well, as far as it could before all the roads were closed. Then we realized we can't go to the Space Needle because the parade ended at the Space Needle, and there's way more people than I want to be around at the Space Needle at that time. So It took us an hour and a half to go 12 miles to get back to the hotel because of all the roads closed for the parade. And then we went to Pike's Place and went around there. It was great. It was so much fun.
Wow.
So I was excited to get on the boat, not have to worry about anything.
Yeah.
Except for the line at the buffet.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh.
So this is your third mini at sea?
Yes, this was the third mini at sea.
So how has it grown since the very first one that we did down to Mexico?
It's steadily grown. This year we kind of stayed the same as last year, but we had different people. And some of the people that went last year didn't go this year because of the 4th of July holiday, which, yes, I understand it sucked, the Mirandas, and you didn't want to miss it. And some other people didn't want to miss the 4th of July holiday. But it was because we try to keep the cruise like reasonably priced.
Mm-hmm.
And Alaska is an expensive cruise, just in general. Going to Alaska, there's a lot of fees. Alaska has a lot of rules, which they should. So it's expensive. So the cheapest Alaska cruise was over 4th of July week.
Oh, wow. Well, did they do anything? And I was going to ask you this last week. Did they do anything on the ship for
they had
Independence Day?
They had like a party and a balloon drop and all this stuff. No fireworks because
obviously
it doesn't get dark.
Yeah. And fun fact that I just learned, because now I'm in TikTok.
Bobby got you in?
No, actually, my wife.
He was the one that I thought was going to be the strongest, and he folded.
It was my wife because she got tired of getting up and coming over and showing me funny videos. So I finally downloaded it.
I don't have TikTok,
but it educational.
Oh, that's right.
That a lot of Alaskans actually celebrate the 4th of July in February because it's dark, where they can do fireworks because it doesn't get dark enough in the summertime in Alaska.
Well,
true.
Juneau, Alaska does their 4th of July fireworks at 12:01 a.m.
Because that is the very darkest it can possibly be.
Yes, but they do it on the night of the 3rd.
Yeah.
So
interesting.
If I would have known that, I think Larson and Christina, who were on the cruise, they stayed up to try to look out their balcony to see if they could see Juneau's fireworks. But they saw some fireworks, but they don't know if they were Juneau's or not. Like, I guess that's the thing, is they set them off then. So I was like, in my head, I was like, oh, Juneau does a lot of 4th of July stuff. We'll get to see their fireworks when it eventually gets dark because we won't be that far away.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't know they did them the day before, technically.
So you was still on the water heading that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and we missed, like, I guess Juneau celebrates the 4th of July, one of the biggest around.
Nice.
We didn't get there till 3 p.m, so the parades and everything were over. Well, there was no 4th of July.
So you
we just had a regular cruise stop.
Just a regular day.
Red, white, and blue clothes.
Oh my gosh.
So, if you're into celebrating the 4th of July, then we didn't do that great of a job. But we did have a balloon drop.
Yeah.
So, yeah, the attendance kind of stayed the same as last year. We just knew people, but some people didn't go because it's 4th of July. I know that was a hiccup for a lot of people, and I get it. My kids were a little sad about missing our parade and stuff like that we have in town.
Yeah.
But it was good. I believe everybody who was on this cruise this year, except for, I think, one couple that was there for the mini, has re-signed up for next year's.
Nice.
Yeah. And that tells you how much fun it is, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Everybody wants to go again. So it was a good time.
Yeah. Yeah. And you get a cruise with a mini. So you're with like-minded people the entire time. If you're going to, see shows, you're eating together. At least that's what we did 2 years ago when I went.
Yeah.
And it's a really good time. So it's just the cruise part of it's the only thing that costs anything, especially if you get the drink ticket.
Yeah.
Which is well worth it. I think we drank the drink ticket cost the first night on the one we took down to Mexico.
Yeah.
So yeah, well worth
We
it.
even changed the scavenger hunt because of Brian McVay.
What,
Did you get stuck at a bar? Hey, you said get a drink with a red drink, so I had 3. I don't know. I had a few. They were all red. They were good. And I did eventually make it back to the meeting point. Only because my daughter was messaging me on Snapchat about bringing the drink back or whatever.
You have Snapchat?
We used Snapchat on the boat 2 years ago.
Oh. Okay.
We had a family, just me, Angela, Bryson, and Ashlyn set up in Snapchat, and that's how we communicated. Because Ashlyn, she wanted to do her thing, and Bryson just wanted to swim, so that's how we communicated on the boat if we got separated. Pretty good idea.
Yeah.
Coming there. Anyways, Bobby, your turn.
Yes. So from 10 to I left my controller at home. How did the mini go?
It went great. So cruise ships have a lot of rules, right? You can only bring certain things on. But for some reason, if you carried it on this year, you were good. So I packed the podcast stuff because I planned on doing a podcast on the show. I packed the board and a power strip and all this other stuff in a suitcase that I carried on. And then I divided things up in there inside a little bag. So if one thing wasn't good, I didn't lose it all,
Mm-hmm.
And it went through. And then Kevin Larson brought all the AV equipment we needed, webcams, HDMI cords, 4 laptops, everything we needed to do remote classes and everything in a Pelican case and power strips and extension cords, and it was all good to go. So bringing equipment wise, this was the best year we've ever had because
Wow.
I have had power strips and stuff taken, and we've had to go down and talk to them and try to get it back for the event. But this year it was smooth. It was easy. So
You were
So,
going
yeah,
to say
everything was there.
confiscated.
we probably could have brought a controller this year.
Wow.
So you did leave your controller at home. Gotcha.
Yeah, we did. Leave the controller.
But it wasn't oh my God, I left my controller at home type
No.
situation.
No, it was good. It was. Everybody had all the stuff. We got all kinds of goodie bags. Everybody got. It was great.
Well, that is awesome. So let's go back to the gear and setup and props that you had. Not really to show off like a show and tell, but you guys had YouTube videos that you watched of people doing show and tell, right?
Yeah, everybody had to send in their video or the YouTube channel, and then we did the show and tell, and it was cool because a few people actually did it, but then everybody else was like, "Oh, here's my YouTube."
As people were doing.
Yeah, they didn't quite. I don't know if they didn't understand what it was or realize that they screwed up and didn't do it. So it was good. Everybody kind of got in there and did it. It was fun.
And that was the reason why we didn't have the podcast last week, is because that went on, and then
that went a lot longer than it was supposed to. And then we were going to interview somebody in the conference room.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden I had internet problems, and I couldn't even message Brian without doing the iPhone satellite thing. You're like, Brian, it's not going to work. So,
well, and it was actually good because that night, and Bobby and I were talking back and forth. I lost power 8 times, and it would go out for 30 seconds and come back on. So it was probably a good thing that it didn't happen, because that was a rough night that we had last Tuesday. So, and I don't know what was going on. All my power is underground, but as somebody said once upon a time, that it's got to come out of ground somewhere. So that's probably where they were.
Yeah, it doesn't go all the way.
Yeah.
Right? But yeah, it was great. I was just trying to find more pictures from it.
Did you send me any?
No, because
You can't find them?
No, I was just sucking at life, trying to get computers to work. And the thing is too is like I'm not the photo person. I didn't know we were doing this today.
Oh, you wasn't planning on
Surprise.
doing this today?
No.
Surprise! What do you think we were going to do today?
After every mini, there's a show about a mini.
Of
Yeah, but I
course.
thought this one was a little different. Like we had Brian Michaels on it, so he's going to do a big old show about it. Like, well, a video. You know what I mean?
Well, that's cool. Not all of us can see
But
Brian
he's
Michaels.
not the
videos.
organizer of it.
Well, I'm technically not the organizer of it anymore. I am the guy who came up with it, but the Larsons,
You're the face of it.
Sonia and Kevin and Matt Eccles pretty much do the whole thing.
Well,
Oh,
we haven't
wow.
gotten to that part yet.
And
That's
then
it.
I go into meetings and try to help in any way I can with getting sponsors and stuff like that. But they're the main people of it now. But I am going to support it and help it in any way possible. But it's their show. I got a few pictures.
Well, Tom has a question on there.
Yeah.
He wanted to ask what were the ups and downs and what can be approved for next year? Because next year you're going. Oh my gosh, I should
Mexico.
have had this up. Mexico again. Okay.
Cabo for 2 days.
Okay.
I guess communicating what this show and tell was, trying to get people to do it a little bit better.
Oops, wrong one.
And getting people to move tables. It's something I try to talk about when the opening session, when you come get your like goodie bag and stuff like that, is to like at dinner. Yes, your card has an assigned table, but we have a group of tables usually, not always, just in case it doesn't happen next year. But we usually have everybody's table in one little section. You know, I think we had 4 or 5 this year tables, and the idea is like you can move tables, so you're like sitting with different people every night and having dinner and making new friends. I think we need to work on making that happen more.
Mm-hmm.
There was a few nights I was late because I have a bunch of kids, 2 of them. So I was perfectly on time for dinner every night, but I was not there first. So I sat where I was available to fit 6 of us.
Yeah.
So I didn't get to move. Actually, I sat at the same table because usually that table had room for me, because I think people weren't moving and saving where I sat the first night, you know?
Oh, right.
So, which is not that big of a deal, but I think what makes the cruise so cool is that interactions with dinner and stuff like that, because it's different than a normal mini. Because like, yeah, we go to minis and we go to dinner, but like you're going to dinner and then usually leaving or doing like a little activity after,
Mm-hmm.
and then you leave. Or this, you go to dinner and then maybe you're like, hey, let's go see this show.
Yeah.
Or I'm going to bed, whatever. Because you got to do whatever you want. Like even the mini part of it, you don't have to go to it. You just do whatever you want.
Yeah.
But a lot of us like went to a show and it had like these robot arms with P panels on it and like all this stuff. So we weren't watching the actual people dancing because it was kind of weird. We were all talking about all the tech, you know? We were all out like we normally do by ourselves at events. Like when we go somewhere, we're like, oh, that's cool. We were all doing it together. So like anywhere we would go, we would all be like, oh, well, look at those moving heads. Oh, look at that. Oh, look at that projector fall out of the ceiling. That's kind of cool. You know, like we were all geeking out together. So you're all with like-minded people, like doing the same cool stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And it's fun. And then after that show, some of us were like, oh, we're going to go to this bar, listen to music, or we're going to go do this, or we're going to try to watch a robot make a drink, which sucked. I hated them. How do you screw up a Bacardi and Coke? Well,
Put Pepsi in it. Oh,
I don't know what it was, but
oh my
not
god.
Yeah, Pepsi. I know.
It's not the same drink. It's not.
And
I'd rather have it with Sprite.
And the other thing that makes it like super unique is like you don't spend every minute together during the day.
Mm-hmm.
We broke it up from the one you went on, Brian, this year because we had a couple days at sea.
Right.
Like we just did 9 to noon for 2 days for like the actual teaching. And then one of the other days we met in the morning and we were going to have vendor talks, but it happened to be the 4th of July because we were going in to Juneau later in the afternoon. We met in the morning, did our group photo, and then we were going to go back to the room and have vendors talk on Zoom or play a video that they made. And we didn't realize when we asked all these people it was the 4th of July, and they also didn't realize it was the 4th of July. So
oh, wow.
We didn't have anybody because it was the 4th of July, you know? And then Stoffridge made a cool video we played for everybody, like a little commercial thing on one of the days that we did the mini on. And it was cool. It was a lot of fun. It was easy going. It was just, you kind of do what you want. Took the kids to the pool. Johnny didn't get his goal of ice creams. He had a goal of 61 ice creams.
No kidding. How many out of this?
Yeah, I'll already get.
Well, we had a lot of at sea days, so at port days, so it didn't screw up. He had, I think he was 22 ice creams.
Oh, wow.
Or 32. I think it might have been 32. Yeah, he was up there. He did pretty good.
Got some work to do.
Yeah, well, and also the first day, he didn't realize he could ask for 2 when he waited in line to get one.
Oh, no kidding.
Day 2, he was coming with 2 of them. Which I think Cecilia's got like all those photos and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a good time. It was. Oh, here we go. I do have one. I'll send it to you, Brian.
All right. Well, I was going to ask about, so were there puppies on the ship or what?
No, that's when we went on.
What are these about?
So we went to, I think it was Sitka. We went to the Mush Camp for the Iditarod.
Oh, shit, wrong one. Sorry. I thought there was another pet one.
That is another pet one.
Well, I know, but I didn't want to put the video on while you were talking.
So we went to the Mush Camp, and then like they showed you the puppies and teach you about how they raise them and all the stuff about the Iditarod and why it happened and all the stuff, and the kids get to hold puppies. And then they did s'mores after that. So that was pretty cool.
How long is that video? You want me to put it up?
Yeah, I think so. Maybe without audio because I don't know what stupid stuff I say.
Turn the audio
You can just play
off
it.
and we'll just play it.
Nothing inappropriate.
Yeah, you could just narrate it for us like you did your.
Yeah, I was just filming the kids holding the puppies.
Okay, so what was the temperature like there?
Oh,
Obviously they're wearing toques and jackets there.
no, not everybody. If you notice,
Your kids.
no.
I mean, they got beanies on and winter jackets and.
Most people had sweatshirts or just like I went. See, Johnny has like a rain jacket on, right? And Faye just has her sweater she wore. So I
see beanies though.
Well, it was Alaska. We didn't know what to expect. The weather was perfect.
Oh,
like even like the people there were like, "Oh, look, you could see the top of that mountain where you don't," and stuff. The weather was perfect. Like everywhere we went, I wore a flannel and maybe a t-shirt underneath it. Some of them I didn't even rock a t-shirt underneath. I just wore the flannel.
I mean, I understand, from being from California, you're a little soft with the weather.
I am not.
As I sent you that picture,
it's Mr. McVay.
Where I sent you that picture from the parade that I was at, and they had the snowplow ready to go.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh! I take blood
thinners.
July blizzard. Excuse.
See, there's Johnny with the 2 ice creams.
There you go.
Get his quota. Cool thing about this boat, it's the same boat we'll be on in Mexico.
Really?
It was the best conference room we've ever had. We were not in the basement or the bottom of the boat. Nice. We were up on like floor 13, full windows on the back. You could see outside. So the Mexico one's going to be cool too.
Oh man, right on.
And then the pool, it has 2 pools. It has an indoor pool and an outdoor pool. So the kids could swim and stuff in the indoor pool while we were in the middle of Alaska.
Very cool.
The ship was cool. It had bumper cars. It had laser tag. It had the flow rider. It has an iFly, but it was not working. So hopefully it's working next time we go on it.
So I stand.
Yeah. And then it had like this huge arcade and like gym inside there with basketball courts and stuff that they turned into the bumper cars, and then they turned it into the laser tag. It was pretty cool.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it is the newest boat we've ever been on so far for the Mini at Sea.
That's awesome.
So it had like a lot of cool tech things and stuff like that. It's still like 10 or 12 years old, I think. It's the newest one we've been on. So it was cool. It was well worth it. It was pretty awesome.
Right on. And then what stop was, let me go back to the first one. I guess this one here.
Yeah, that was our first stop.
That's the first stop?
And I don't know where it was. We were in Alaska at the first stop, and this is the only time we all wore jackets because we were kayaking. And I put my raincoat on, but I only did it because it's a 2-person kayak, and I had Johnny in front of me. So I knew I was going to get wet.
You can see it in his face.
Yeah. Yeah, so I had a rain jacket on because I knew I was going to get wet. And then I put it in the backpack after that when we went to go visit the city and like the touristy stuff. So
was that the same starfish y'all just kept passing to each other to take pictures with?
Yeah.
Oh, was it? I was just making jokes.
No, the guide would yank the starfish off and then let everybody hold it.
Oh, that's cool.
And there was like some other thing in another starfish. And then there was some seaweed I guess you could eat. So Johnny ate it.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. I was very surprised. Yeah. And cool thing, I saw so many goddamn bald eagles.
Oh, yeah.
Like so many.
Yep.
Like, it was very cool. We saw, I don't know, I lost count at like 15 in Juneau on the 4th of July.
Mm-hmm.
It was kind of cool seeing the bald eagles like fly by on the 4th of July. I was like, oh, this is
oh yeah. Yep, that's what it's all about.
It was cool. Yeah. It was super cool. Yeah, that was at the God, I don't know what the first place was called. Oh wait, I could look at like that's the cool thing. When you go on a cruise, there's like this cruise compass thing, right? Well, Matt Eccles designs a custom one just for the Mini that they give out when we do the first meetup. So then it has everything when our Mini stuff is, and then all the cruise stuff too. It's pretty.
Oh wow!
At it, yeah. Let me check where we were the first day. I'm not good at knowing all this stuff. I also was unprepared
for this.
Well, see, I was even prepared last week because I was going to put this up, waiting for you to come in, and I didn't even get to do that. So,
were you going to interview me last week?
No. I was just going to have that up there for the interview and the interviewee.
Oh.
So the interviewer and the interviewee, I guess. Live from a boat. It's somewhere in the Pacific.
Yeah, we were okay. So the first place.
Yes, start with Gilgan music, though.
Right.
Oh, Sidca's the first place we went to.
Okay.
And that's where we went kayaking and stuff like that. And then
Well, that's cool.
Wait, no.
Well, I think Juneau would have been the highlight for me because, I mean, I watched Deadliest Catch, or I used to watch it for 10 straight years. I watched it. And then, so that would have been cool, seeing it from the TV and then seeing it in real life.
Well, so the second stop was Skagway. and that was really cool because it looked like an old Western town, and that's where we did the puppy stuff there. And then we
Okay.
went to the town, and they even had a place. They had a train that you could take into the mountains and go to because Sitka was like the start of like a gold rush in Alaska, Canada area right there. So like they all would come to Sitka and then go over this mountain into Canada for the Kodiak like gold rush or something. I don't know. I paid attention to the tour guide, but you could take a train that went over there into Canada,
Yeah.
and then you could come back. And then a bunch of people did that, so that was pretty cool. And then Sitka was cool. There was a guy in there. He was like native, and he was I forgot what tribe it is, but there's only one. But he was like the raven side of it. Like you could be an eagle or a raven. But he made custom like cowboy hats.
Oh, nice.
So he would like fit them and do all this stuff. And we were in there waiting and looking. I was gonna get Cecilia like a cool like I don't know fancy mom hat thing that they do out of like the cowboy hat style. Then they said it was gonna be $800, and I was like, yeah, we're not gonna do that.
Come on, she could wear it at the what the heck's the bar that we go to in St. Louis?
Oh yeah,
PBR.
Yeah,
PBR.
She would have fit right in there.
Yeah, so we didn't do that, but they also sold fur jewelry. Like the lady in there
What?
made jewelry with like real fur on it.
No kidding.
Yeah, so she got like this weasel fur earrings or whatever. She liked the ones that were squirrel, like because they were short hair and they looked cool. But I also made a bunch of jokes about her having squirrel earrings, sounding a little redneck for us. Since we live in Morgan Hill and do have cowboy hats and be a little country.
With a raccoon hat,
Yeah,
squirrel earrings,
people be like, "Oh, I like those earrings. What are they?" She's like, "They're squirrel."
and Brian said there was 3 pools plus the wave pool.
Oh yeah. Well, I didn't count the. Where was the? No, Solarium didn't have a pool, did it? Wasn't it just hot tubs in there? And the wave pool, I don't know. It's a wave.
The flow rider?
Really.
Is that just when the boat shifts from side to side?
Yeah,
No, it had a wave machine. It was next to the indoor pool, I think. Or the outdoor pool. Sorry. I don't know. I only went to the one deep pool indoors with the kids, and they begged for me to go in. And I was like, nope. So. And then they begged for me to go in the hot tub, but it was always jam-packed. But.
The
Oh.
pool in
There's
Surrey.
one there. I thought there was just hot tubs. That's cool.
Look at that. Learn
I
something
never
new
got to
even
go
off
in
the
there
boat.
much because I had my
Got
kids.
next year. Got next year to go to it now.
Well, the solarium is the like the adults only section,
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
and I always had my kids because for some reason they won't go to kids club. They rather do stuff with dad. So hopefully next year in February they'll go to kids club.
Yeah. Want to do something on their own.
Yeah, and I could go to the solarium and do stuff. So I missed out on a lot of hanging out with people because I had my kids.
Yeah.
We still did that. It was still fun. Any more?
Bobby, do you know? Oh, what's that?
Any more questions?
Well, I don't know. Bobby, where are we at, man? I already lost. Are we still in segment 2 or 3? Or
I don't know.
See, it doesn't matter who I'm with. I
yeah.
still get lost.
Was there a session that really hit you different at the mini?
I don't sequence, and a lot of our sessions were about sequencing or setting up moving heads. And but Matt, I'm gonna screw up his name right now because I can't think. The first winner with a light show on Light Fight, he was talking about stuff in X Lights with like the master view and like how to change the layer, and I was like, oh shit, like you could do some cool shit. So yeah, Matt's class about that stuff on X Lights, I forgot what it was called, was pretty awesome. Like he really knows his shit. It's very impressive.
Very cool.
So yeah,
Well,
that class was cool.
From the show and tell and the YouTube videos that you were watching, was there anything steel worthy that you want to do on your house?
There was I've always liked the Larson's fence.
Phipps.
Yeah,
Matt Phipps.
I always
There
screw
we
up
go.
Phipps' last name. Because we also have Matt Eccles and Matt Phipps, and then I try to make something in between because I can't think. Matt Eccles or Matt, yeah, he taught a moving head class, and then we had Clyde remote in and give a class pretty similar to the one we did at New York Mini, Bobby. So it was pretty good. And so, what did you ask?
If there was anything.
But there's mine was about hit different.
Yeah,
Ryan went with another question then.
Where'd he go? I see at the back of the bill. Where?
I'm dying here. So, what was your question, Brian?
If there was anything steel worthy
Oh,
that you
Larsons
wanted to do in your show this year.
Like every time I see the Larsons video on what they do at their house, I want to steal their fence.
Yeah.
Their fence looks cool. I love it how it looks. And they were talking about getting rid of it, and I was excited about that. But it looks cool. I really like it. But
Very cool.
like in conversations, we started talking about putting moving heads on top of mega trees, so you don't have to put them on roofs.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was a cool idea.
That may have been brought up before with a plate at the top. Yeah.
Well, it was brought up before, and then I told him the idea and drawing I had. I showed it to him.
Oh, good. Oh, you did show it to him? Nice.
Yeah. No, I went back to the room real quick and made a drawing, and then went back and told them I already had that idea before they said it.
Well, you did, and there are some prototypes that weighed about 75 pounds, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
So,
but there was I had the stuff to do it at East Coast if the trees showed up.
okay.
Remember, I had the piece of truss and the
Mhm.
clamps to put it on top of the new mega trees. But yeah, I did. I showed him the drawing
Nice.
in Trello. So. Yeah. All right.
Okay.
What else?
Who was your favorite person to finally meet in person?
Most of the people I've met in person,
I was going
but
to
I
say.
probably hung out
Good.
with Carl the most. And I don't know.
Oh my gosh, I'm going to butcher his last
But,
name.
yeah. But
Him? Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
so like I had the most conversations with him about stuff, and he's a really interesting guy, and it was a lot of fun. And then like everybody else who's been on the cruise before, it's a lot of fun because like I know where the Ketmans will be. Like I know at night if I go to the oh god,
You know which bar?
the Sooner bar.
Right?
If I know if I go to the piano bar, the Sooner bar, I know the Ketmans will be there.
You talking about Thomas?
Yeah.
His wife's name is escaping me right now, but yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So like I know they'll probably be there, and I can go hang out with them or something else. So it's fun. The people have been before because you kind of know what they like and you know where to find them if you're not doing anything. So it's cool. And the conversations are awesome. Just light people talking about light stuff. So it's fun.
See, and that what I think is probably the most cool part about it, because after a mini wraps up, you're like, oh, I wanted to ask so and so this, or something like that. Well, being on the ship together,
they can't go anywhere.
They're not going nowhere, So
yeah,
like, oh yeah. So
yeah, no, it's fun. It's a lot of fun.
that is awesome. Bobby, is it you?
That was the last one. It's you now.
Okay. So this is what I want to know most about. Any late night chaos? Not hotel lobby, but in the bars. Did y'all get into some rogue karaoke?
Nothing too crazy. Nothing as crazy as last year. And I'm not publicly talking about last year. You had to be on the cruise to know about last year. Or seen one of the lives that went up for a brief second and then taken briefly down. We did not go live in this trip at all because we learned our lesson last time. You never know what's going to happen on a cruise ship. Maybe with our group, maybe without our group. So we don't go live.
Oh,
We did go to Crazy Quest again. If you don't know what Crazy Quest is, if you go on a Royal Caribbean ship, you need to go see the Crazy Quest show. It is hysterically awesome. It may not be for everybody, but it is a audience participation scavenger hunt type thing where they ask you for something and you have to see if your team in the audience has it.
Oh, wow.
And it could be anything from show me something fake to like, I need 5 bras.
I totally went to, sorry.
Yeah. and they show the judge them.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So it's a very interesting show. And this is why we can't go live, because we did not intend that. We did not know that was going to happen. And last year we were live and that happened. So,
oh man.
Not in our group, but it just happened in general. So, but yeah, no, everything was good. Nothing too crazy. We did have to go to like people's regular bars looking for them.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't show up to dinner and we didn't see them. So we're like, got to make sure they're cool, but found their friends at the regular bar and then found out he was fine. So
recovering.
Yeah. But other than that, there was nothing too crazy, but it's a lot of fun. That's the thing is like, you do stuff together, but then you could also do stuff alone.
Mm-hmm.
And you'll run into everybody constantly.
Yeah.
Like if you're standing at a bar or in the middle and my kids dance with headphones on because it's the shush party, right? And then somebody walks by and they're like, oh, we're going to go see this comedian. You want to go? And I'll be like, Cecilia, can I leave you with the kids?
Or you just leave the kids. They won't know you're gone.
Yeah.
We did
headphones on.
When we went to the Crazy Quest. We did put movies on in the room and like left the kids in there for a little while with the phone so they could text us and stuff.
Yeah.
And we had the Larson's son Ryan in there with them and stuff too. So they were just watching cartoons. They have nowhere to go, so it's not that big of a deal.
Yeah. Yeah.
And nobody could take them off the boat. But yeah, they mostly stay with us like pretty much all the time.
Mm-hmm.
I think a little bit older, we'll let them check, because apparently at Faye's age we could let her check herself out of Kids Club.
Oh wow!
Option we could pick. I was like, really? So we did not pick that option, but they never went. They never went to Kids Club. I was very disappointed.
Oh wow!
And it also closed at 10, which kind of sucked too.
Well, I mean, 10 o'clock is kind of late for kids.
Yeah, but what are we supposed to do at 10 o'clock?
Poor James goes to bed at like 8 o'clock, I think.
8:30.
8:30.
But imagine,
except this week.
But imagine James, you put him to bed in the room, and then he wakes up and nobody's in there.
Oh yeah, yeah.
He'll live.
Leave him a note.
Yeah.
We love you, buddy. Bye.
Yeah.
We're gonna go adulting.
So hold on. I talked about all the other places we stopped at. I didn't talk like about Juneau and what we did on the excursion. First thing we did is we had to go see where our excursion thing is. But Russell McFarland gave me the coordinates to the official X Lights Around the World sticker. And I was not the first one there. First one there, luckily, pulled a bunch of the sponsor stickers from the room and put them all around the X Lights Around the World. So we got like Wired Watts and Pasquale. Pasquale's a little far away. I feel bad about that. They should be a little closer. But you kind of have to like respect everybody else's sticker.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want to cover up.
Yeah, you don't want to cover up like majority of the stickers. And James is just a big like square, right? So I think that's why they moved them away. But we got there, already stickered. I added a couple of stickers. I gave my kids a sticker sheet, and they went crazy adding stickers all the way because it's like a whole box. So if you go there, there's probably Sasquatches and Matto's design stickers all over the place. My kids went crazy.
Nice.
And then I took the picture, shared it because I thought it was cool that, the X Lights Around the World sticker now has like the vendors that's
Did you make sure to
supported.
send that to Andy at Matto's Designs?
Yeah, I'm gonna do that. But everybody who sent us stickers that sponsored the event, like, and everybody who's on there, like, physically gave money to make sure we could have like our cocktail party and our shirts and stuff like that. So they're all there. around the sticker, which I thought was cool since it was the first mini in Alaska. Winning first mini in Alaska. We did it.
There you go.
Actually, it's the first multi-country mini too, because I believe we were in Canadian waters when we were having one of our classes too. Because our last stop after Juneau was British Columbia, which I didn't realize was only 90-minute boat ride to Seattle.
From there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. But yeah, we went when we were in Juneau, we went whale watching. Cool little thing about the whale watching is it came with the king, like you could go have crab after. Right? And there were 6 of us. And it was all this meal. And they ringed it all up and it came up to like $588. And I was like, what the hell? Because it's like $98 a pound for the king crab, I think it is. I don't know what it is. But the one they catch on Deadliest Catch, it's like $98
king
a
crabs.
pound. Right? But our tour came with it. So it so it was free, right? So I was like, when they were ringing it up, I was like, what the hell? The kids don't need to eat this. Not all of us need to eat this, but it was all free. It came with the tour. So, which doesn't make sense because the tour was not that expensive. And I felt like that was more than half of the tour. So I don't know the math on how that works, but
Right.
it was awesome. But the kids only ate a little bit. My mom only ate a little bit. Cecilia didn't eat it all. So I happily consumed about $300 of crab at that table.
Yeah, buddy. I would have ate myself sick.
Because I didn't want to leave any of it. Oh, trust me. I put my foot up on the bench to tie my shoe, and I had to ask Cecilia to do it because I was so full. I was a very uncomfortable walk back to the boat right after that.
Oh, yeah.
I was full. But yeah, I wasn't going to waste any of it.
Well, what we were talking about before, and I thought this was like super cool, maybe because I'm old, but you were talking about the whales, and when you guys were whale watching in a book.
Oh, yeah. We were talking on the phone this morning. So check the whale watching, the guys all have a book, and all the whale tails are unique. Like they all have like different markings like fingerprints. And then like the ridges of their backs all are a little different. So like they have pictures of the ridge of the back and the tail, and they name all of the whales. Every whale they see, they name it. Well, those whales are in Alaska right now. But there's a chance, because they go to Hawaii or Mexico during the winter. So there's a chance on the next cruise we could see the same whales in Mexico.
That is so awesome.
That's cool.
Yeah, so I thought that was kind of cool. Like we're gonna see maybe the same whale in Mexico when we go if we do the whale watching, which I thought that was kind of cool.
And then
they have this big binder, is like this big, of like all the known whales. And I guess if you get a clean shot of the tail fin of a whale that is not known, you get to name it. They had the paperwork there and stuff to fill out, and they would submit it to name it. So you can name it whatever you want. It was pretty cool.
Very awesome. Well, you want to give the shout outs for
anybody shout outs?
You already mentioned.
Yeah. You wanna throw the picture up there?
Yeah. The main picture?
No, the one with all the sponsors.
That one?
So, yeah,
I had them both ready.
Everybody who supported financially the mini. There's others that gave us prizes and door prizes like that. I don't have that official list again because I wasn't prepared for this.
You're welcome.
Everybody who financially supported the mini. We have Transworld, Showtopper Sequences, also made all our cool swag. I don't know if you know about that. His daughter has a company that makes shirts. So they made all our mini shirts. Christmas Light Emporium sent us so much stuff. He has a new company that makes mixers. Again, I don't have it here because I wasn't ready. But he gave us all these like drink mixer things to mix our drinks with, which was cool. You can make like I forgot which one I was drinking. I don't know, but you put them, like some of them came with a mason jar with the stuff in it, and then you put the alcohol in it and shake it, and then you have different flavored alcohol stuff. It was pretty cool. So he sent us a ton of that stuff, and then he sent us a copy of his book. So everybody got a copy of his book there, Twinkly or Twink. Damn, I don't know. And then we had Extreme Sequences. Mr. Ron Howard, he gave us a little. Wired Watts gave us a little to help to the whole thing, make it happen. Really appreciate everybody who contributed. It wasn't a little, actually. I think it was a decent amount. Everybody gave the same. Everybody's logo is the same size because of that, and we try to be equal and include everybody. We asked every single vendor I know of, and if I missed you, I apologize. But every single vendor I know of, I have asked to contribute to the Mini at Sea, and these are the people that said yes, and we really appreciate them. And then we got James and Shannon at Boscoyo. They have sponsored every single Mini at Sea. So has Wired Watts, actually, and Showstopper Sequences, and Christmas Light Emporium have sponsored every Mini at Sea. And then PPD also has sponsored every single one of them. And then we have K&J Travel, which is my mom, cruise planners. And then we have pixelnow.com, Pixel2Prop, and Permatrack. I believe Permatrack has also sponsored every single Mini at Sea. So we can't do the extra added cool things that we do at these events without these people helping us. They help us have cocktail party, a big ass cake with the logo on it, the shirts, and tons of stuff in the swag bags. And this year we did blankets. Like,
nice.
They have a bear on them, and they're Royal Caribbean ones. Everybody got a blanket and stuff like that. And we had cases of water in the conference room the first day, so people could take water back to their room and not use their drink credits if they didn't get a full drink package. So without these people, we couldn't have all the cool extra stuff that we do on the cruise. So we really appreciate that. It makes the cruise a lot funner having these events. One of the cool events because of this, we were able to have every year is a cocktail party. We get one of the clubs there, and we get drinks and have a big cake. Talk. This year we played X-Lights Around the World on a giant projection screen, which is the best way to ever watch X-Lights Around the World.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody's little square was like a 32-inch TV, so it was perfect.
Huge. Yeah.
So that was pretty cool. And so thank you to all these people. They make it happen. So I really appreciate it.
Very awesome.
How about support people?
The Larson family, Kevin and Sonia, they done a ton of work about this. And Matthew Eccles, he has gone out of his way to make this awesome. And he knows everything there. He is the librarian of Royal Caribbean cruises.
He's like the cruise master. Yeah.
Yes. He knows so much details about everything. It's pretty awesome. So like he knows, and the cool thing too is he went on this cruise like, I don't know, 4 months ago. The exact same thing. So like he knew everything we were doing. And the scavenger hunt was cool this year because he made it based off all the like artwork and stuff in the whole cruise. And it was through the whole time. Like from the day one, we gave him the sheet of the scavenger hunt items, and you had to go around with your group and take selfies in front of it and bring it in. Two things we realized. Scavenger hunt may have been too easy because everybody who participated got it all. And so we had to go to like a spinner wheel to who won the prize because everybody completed it 100%. So, but it was cool. Wow. It gives you like something else to do, and you get to do it whenever you wanted to. So whenever you like, oh, that yellow car on the wall, that's part of the scavenger hunt. We'll take a selfie because we can't do a timed scavenger hunt because some people like to find bars.
Well, you had to put on a red drink.
That's all.
Yeah. You have to
just head Brian to the scavenger hunt. Get a selfie with Brian at the bar.
Yep. All right. Well, are we about done? What else you got left?
You're the ones with the questions. I'm the guest.
So let's talk about next year. You're going down to Mexico, and then 26 and 27 is already actually set.
Yes, we have the next two. Yeah. So next year's out of Long Beach, and we're going to Cabo. We got 2 days at Cabo, which is kind of cool. So we stay over there. So you basically sleep in a hotel on the water, and you get 2 days in Cabo, which I think is cool. That's different. I've never done that before. And then the following year, we're going out of Florida again. I don't know all the stops, but I know we're going to their private island again, which that was a lot of fun last time we did that. So that's cool. So, like, it'd be cool if you could go to both, but, like, if you're a West Coast guy, we got this one going out of LA. And then if you're East Coast, we got that Florida one. So we're going to try to change it up every year, try to hop it back and forth or do something different. Like we started, first one was Mexico, then we did Florida and like Jamaica, and I don't know where else we went. Like, I don't remember. A bunch of stuff over there in their island. And then this time we went to Alaska. We're looking into the other one. The problem is we were looking into like East Coast ones, because I guess there's one that leaves like Maine and goes up, but it's like they only do that in really not great times for us Christmas light people. It's like September through the holidays, so it's that one won't work. But we're trying to move it wherever we can. We tried to do Texas for 27 out of Galveston, but the ship there, the Freedom, doesn't have a conference room. So that kind of screws things up. So there's certain things we have to consider, like where it's leaving, we're going to try to move it, and if it has conference room space. If it doesn't have conference room space, it's kind of not going to work. Until that hurdle is only until we reach more people. If we get hundreds of people to go on it, they'll give us one of the like playrooms or like the show, like where they do shows, they'll give us one of those rooms or a bar or whatever. But right now we don't have the numbers for them to be like, oh, you could use this space. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So they give us the conference room, which is cool.
So yeah, next year's February 13 is ship out, and then come back on day 6, February 18. So it looks like a couple days at sea going there, a couple days there, a couple days coming back. So So if you're in a cold climate, Bobby, myself, it would be a lovely break to go down south.
Yeah,
I need JR support for that one.
Yeah, we can go to Disneyland before or after.
Oh,
we're looking to see about SoCal if we find out about that. So
yeah,
progress is being made.
Yes,
there you go. Perfect.
You might make an airplane trip.
All right. Well, and then, I just figured I'd bring that one up real quick for next year. So February 13th, beginning of the year. And it is I can't say that. It is super cold up here in Montana. So it would be lovely to go down there. And like JR and I were talking about, maybe some deep sea fishing on that trip.
I know. I was like, oh, take your son's fishing trips to the next level.
Oh yeah, that would definitely do it.
I've gone to Jamaica a couple times in February. I cried my eyes out when I had to get on that plane to fly back. It was so nice, because I mean it's cold up here too in February.
Yeah.
Oh
so,
yeah.
I mean,
yeah. Doing a little Cabo on in February is going to be quite nice.
Definitely.
And then I think the next one, Brian, do you have it? Is that what you're reading?
I am. I'm bringing it up.
Where's it stop at?
On 2027?
Yeah.
It is day at sea. Perfect day. Coco Cay?
That's their island.
Okay, that's the island.
The
Coco
coolest
Cay.
thing about their island is your drink package and food work on that island.
Oh, sorry.
So we know we'll find Brian.
Lovely. I do love my Bahama Mamas.
But Brian Michaels just brought up a good point. I know you're running the show, but I'm pulling it up here.
Oh, I was just bringing it up.
It does cover through Valentine's Day. So you could surprise your wife with a trip for Valentine's Day. But then it's also a mini.
Nice.
If I tried that, it would be a solo trip.
Yeah. We got to get her on a plane a little bit more, you know. But
Yeah,
both of them go over the same time.
they
and-
are. Yep, I was looking at that one. 2027 is February 13th.
And I'm pretty
through
sure
the-
as long as we have enough days,
Mhm.
we will try not to do stuff on that day, so you could actually like go to dinner or do something.
Yeah.
But that all depends on C days and how it works. So we might
And-
have to do something in the morning. And I think moving forward, we're going to do this like 9 to 12 for the classes
Mhm.
and just have it a couple days. So then you're not just there all day. So you can still enjoy the boat and your family and stuff like that. So
Oh yeah.
it's fun. It's my favorite mini to go to. And not because I made it, just because of the experience. And I did that because the experience of going on a cruise for somebody's birthday and then how much fun I had was like, and then I came home and I was like, why don't we do a mini on a boat? And then luckily my mom just started being a travel agent at that point.
Yeah.
And she looked into it and was like, you can get conference rooms and they won't charge you as long as you get a certain amount of people on the boat. And I'm like, let's try it. And it's been great. So it's fun. So I'm very surprised we're 3 years into this and we have 4 and 5 already scheduled and people signed up. People are signed up on 4 and 5 already,
Nice.
which is awesome. You know, I believe I could go to the other office and ask my mom, but I believe almost everybody signed up for next year that was on the cruise this year.
That is awesome.
Which-
And you can always check in on the website. More information is coming of it, of course, but miniatsea.org is the website if you wanted to go check it out.
And then always message my mom about it because she'll always check the prices. So like I think right now there's kids are free. So if you're thinking about it, might check into the pricing now so that you can get reserved under that kids are free. But then like if for some reason that's over, like usually it might come back before 26 or 27 and like she'll go through and reprice you to the better price if it comes up. So
Nice.
personally, I tell her that's a lot of work to keep track of everybody on that, but she loves doing that and making people have the best deal they can on it. So
Very
yeah,
cool.
this is our group photo. I think there's still 2 people missing out of it, but we also added the Michaels back into the photo.
Back into the photo.
So we did this the morning of Juno, right?
Okay.
And they had the most awesome excursion to do. There was a boat that came. So part of in the Juno, they considered it like a stop, but basically the boat just spun in a circle by a glacier, right? And so everybody could see the glacier, and we were still kind of far away from it. But Randy and his wife got off the boat onto another boat while we were out in the middle of the water into a smaller boat, and that smaller boat took them like to the glacier. It was their pictures and stuff was freaking awesome. Again, I wasn't prepared. I could have had them here, but like they were like super close to the glacier. They did all the stuff. It was just a cool thing that I didn't even know you could do. But yeah, they went on it. So then they sent me a photo of them in the shirts, and then Mr. Jordan Nash hooked us up and added them in there. Oh yeah. Yes. That is right. We had 2 set of Michael on the boat. We had Brian and Kim, and we had Randy and his wife. Oh my God. I was not prepared for this. And she's been on the mini every year too. And I can't think of her name right
Was this a Michael's reunion or something?
They're not related.
Okay. They didn't turn this into their own family reunion.
Yes. And then Larson and Christina, that's Larson's first name, is not related to Kevin and Sonia Larson as a last name. Just to clarify that. We had no actually we did have some family members there. But not like that. Not so yes. So Randy went on the tour, not Brian. But Randy showed me some of the pictures. Randy got to see a bear too in real life. He said they'd done all this stuff and he's never got to see a bear like out in nature. and there was a bear and its cubs. So that was really cool. And that was the thing too, is like when you go on these excursions, you kind of pick whatever you want, right? There's not like group planning. We're all going to go on this, right? When we did the puppy one, the Larsons were with us, like just because they booked it too, you know. So Ryan, their son, got to hang out with my kids and do the puppy thing, and then we went in British Columbia. We got to go off the boat for like 3 hours. We went to this garden thing and tea, so my daughter could have tea in British Columbia and see the garden. And Randy and his wife were there too, which we just ran into them. So it was pretty cool. And that's the cool thing about the excursion or like the mini at sea is like you get to do whatever you want, but then people are very similar who's in this hobby, so you might see them on your excursion because they want to see the same shit. So it was fun. And then you would, like when we were walking around town, you would run into people or see them, or like when we would all huddle into the little shed because it was super windy when you got off the boat to wait for your excursion. Everybody was in there. Then we talked like,
huddled up.
what are you doing? I was a little jealous when we went to go look at puppies. Randy went zip lining. And I was like, that sounds like it would be fun. But my kids aren't old enough for that yet. So we went to go hang out with puppies.
They'll get there.
And that's when he got to see a bear.
Really?
Yeah, when they went zip lining. I think it was from the bus, but it's still like seeing a bear in real life. I think that was pretty freaking cool. So
Very awesome. Right on.
yeah.
Sorry,
Anything else on your list of questions? Since Brian left again?
Yeah, jeez.
Is he talking to us or talking to somebody else?
I don't know. Man.
I was moving some stuff around. I moved the wrong person. No, I had to go sign for a package real quick, but now I'm back. And then hey, now we're back. We did the shout outs. Bobby, what do you got? What's next?
I mean, you already talked about where you can follow the mini.
Oh, and there's a Facebook group. It is for the mini currently. It's called Mini at Sea 2025. But you could join it because I'm sure it's going to turn into Mini at Sea 2026. Mm-hmm. But you can see like all the stuff people are saying about the mini and like the stuff we did and people's photos. Like Randy's got the pictures of the bears he saw and stuff like that. You can kind of see what the whole mini's about and all the fun we have on the mini. So I think join the group, go check it out, see if it's something you want to do. There is no added cost to this. You pay to go on the boat, you get to go to the mini. There's no paying the classes, nothing like that. You just pay to go on the boat, you can go to the mini. And usually the cocktail party and whatever kind of event we try to have. We tried to have bumper cars this year, but they were only going to give us bumper cars at 11 at night. And we don't know if everybody could have hanged for that. But we're going to try for either bumper cars at a reasonable time or laser tag.
I'd have been lit. Oh, yeah. Sorry.
So, yeah, Mini at Sea is fun. Anything else?
I think that pretty much wraps it up. Yeah. We covered. Bobby, great job co-hosting. Appreciate you coming in. Since you masterminded this whole thing.
I will give my wife credit. She's actually the one that mentioned it.
Oh, that's
nice. Right on. Yeah, that was perfect. Can we bring up
Bobby's... I was going to talk about that today.
Oh, awesome.
But since we got Bobby here, it makes it better.
Yeah. See, I knew that.
Pretty soon, in a couple, what do we decide on the day?
Bobby.
Before what?
Is that for you?
What did we decide on the day to start?
Oh, that was the 20th, I believe.
Yes, starting on the 20th.
Sunday, July 20th.
Professional Triers will have a new show.
Yes.
Hosted by Mr. Bobby right there. It's going to be the Professional Triers Night School. So we're going to do like mini classes, because I can't say the word right now because I'm exhausted. We're going to be teaching classes. And we're going to have some great teachers from like Jason oh God, I can't say his name right now.
Rasmussen?
I'm so tired. Yes, and then like Russell said we would do a class. I'm going to teach a class. Ron Armstrong's going to teach a class. We're going to get classes from everybody. And it's not going to be X-Lights only. Like there'll probably be hints of X-Light stuff, but like we want to invite everybody who makes anything to come on and talk about their product, on how it works and how to set it up and do like that, and to learning how to do setup of your display or how to build your mega tree, not necessarily just how to use X-Lights. You know what I mean? And we're hoping to invite LOR on so they could teach some things too. We just want to be open to everybody and kind of just be a place to help people have a better show or learn better things. So minis are fun. Minis are important. And learning from the community, I think, is a great thing. The community in general lately is not the same community it's been when I started. And I want to try to get it back there. I feel like it's gotten a little greedy, a little not community-ized, and I want to make it more community again. So I think something like this, just general conversation about everything, will help grow the community because we want it to be interactive as all hell. So like Bobby's going to be busy when he's teaching. Well, he's not teaching, but when he's running this show, because we want people to comment and we want people to learn the stuff they want to learn and not just watch a class and then get to chime in at the end of it a little bit. Like, and there's nothing wrong with the classes out there. We just want to add to what people can learn, and we want to do it in a different way, maybe a little bit funner, maybe some jokes, some fun, maybe some crickets when people don't want to answer. But just make it interactive and have a good time. So yeah, we're going to start on the 20th, night school, the Professional Triers Night School. It's going to be on Sunday evenings, right?
Yep. Sunday evenings. 9 Eastern.
9 Eastern, recorded live, so you could chime in, but then you could watch it later too if you want. And we're going to just try to help people have a great show and love this hobby again, because there's a lot of people that are burnt out. We're losing vendors because they're frustrated with the community's not a community anymore, you know? So let's make the community a community again. And I think it needs to be what it was when I found the Facebook groups was amazing.
Mm-hmm.
And what it's turned into is not that great. And I think we need to fix it. Like, there's people just trying to push their like what they want to do out, and then we're losing great events like Christmas Expo, and we're losing some minis, and then trying to have like mega. Nothing wrong with the Florida Mega Mini. I shouldn't have said mega, but just like huge events, just to have a huge event for them to be like, I had this huge event, instead of just having a quality community event. You know what I mean? Like Russell does it one of the best in North Carolina. They don't charge for anything. They don't have vendors pay to do stuff, because it's 100% free event, and they get somebody to cover lunch, and then, you know, it's all about the community. And I think more things need to be just about the community. Community needs a little bit of a kick in the ass and brought back to what it really was, to use open source software and X-Lights and play with Christmas lights, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know. That's my little rant.
Bobby, you got anything to add?
Will help with that, you know?
I mean, just tune in on starting Sunday, July 20th at 9 p.m.
Yeah.
Do you know what your first?
I do not know anything yet. So
We're waiting
Don't know anything yet.
waiting for confirmation on a few people if they're available that night. But we have a few listed. But yeah,
Sweet.
We're waiting for that. And then we're going to hopefully post out a little schedule of who we got lined up, and so everybody knows what's going on. So
Cool. And that'll be on
my son's
the
bedtime.
Huh?
It's after my son goes to bed.
Yeah, that's why it's a little bit later and stuff like that.
and then
but
that
if you could chime in later, you know, we'll have Look, we got all these.
There you go.
Ready? Hold on, where is it? Night school? No, that's not it. That's not it. Where is it?
So on the Professional Triers Facebook page, we'll put the schedule on and stuff. Is that? Oh, you got. Oh, there he is.
I don't know what I did with it now. Dang it!
What are you doing?
I had cool. There we go. Look.
You are so ill prepared. Oh, there you go.
Look at that. So you could play the screen in there, and then you could have the people inside the night school logo, right? I spent time making like the little things for night school. So night school's gonna be cool.
Right on. And it'll be interactive.
Yep.
So very cool.
So join us for
All
that.
right.
And anything else, host, that you want to do?
Bobby, what do you got? I think that pretty much covers everything. It's time to start dinner, so
Don't forget to like and subscribe on YouTube. And
we always forget to say that. We
always forget that. Thank you, Bobby.
Smash that like button. Hit subscribe.
And join us.
comment, share the videos with everybody.
Yeah, join us at night school. Join us at the Mini at Sea. Come say hi to us at any event you see us. We're not big, scary people. Come talk to us.
Yeah.
And I'll be at the Ohio Mini.
Oh, Bobby's going to Ohio.
Oh, nice.
Going
Right
to
on.
Ohio in 2 weeks.
It's still not off the table for me, but it's still $1,000 to fly. So I'm hoping if it gets better, I'll do it. But $1,000 to fly there is a lot.
Dang.
Yeah. So I don't know why it's so expensive to fly there.
Because
It's
you waited so long to book your
That's a
ticket.
Cleveland?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't get it.
My brother will
Well,
be
it'd be
up
cheaper
here,
to fly to
so-
Buffalo and then go down, or
Maybe. I don't know.
it's a 4-hour drive.
Because flying to Buffalo did not cost me that much at all. Like, that was a very reasonable flight.
There you go. Brian will see you down there, Bobby.
Yeah.
Brian's everywhere.
Yeah.
He is.
Oh, I forgot all about that. Yeah. Thank you, Devin.
Yeah, we're going to be on the DB Light Show Facebook page July 23rd. We did an interview with Devin, and he's going to play it then for their July. Oh, my God, what did he call it?
Wasn't it just Christmas in July? Devin,
Maybe
help
it's
me
Christmas
out.
in July. I thought there was a name for it. Maybe not.
Devin.
But yeah.
Stop pushing pixels and type.
His fingers are hurting too much.
His fingers are getting sore.
So Brian's going to Ohio now, too? Jeez.
Brian Michael, yep.
That's Brian Michael.
Yeah. Brian Michael goes to the most.
He's everywhere.
And
He
doesn't
did make it
have,
to the New York, but
he does not have a pixel. He has won some things and then give it away. But I'm going to, by the end of this, by the time he has his time, like by the time he starts setting up or whatever he's doing this year, I'm going to get him some pickles. Yeah.
Pickles.
I'm going to get him some Blinky Flashy with a controller to plug in. So
There you go. And yes, it is Christmas in July.
perfect. Oh, and he's teaching a class. Nice.
Nice.
Yeah, actually, that just popped up on my Facebook about that.
I'm going to have to check it
Learn
out.
what it takes to win it all.
And then also subscribe to Brian's Facebook page and his YouTube channel. He is the official librarian of the Light Fight, but he also makes really cool videos recapping events.
Mhm.
And he was recording so much stuff on the Mini at Cruise. In a Mini
yeah.
at Sea. He got so much B-roll. We were making fun of him. No, I'm just playing. We weren't making fun of him. We were just joking around. It wasn't like serious. But yeah, it was good times. And I'm excited to see the video that he puts together. So it's going to be cool.
Very cool.
Oh, yeah. He just said it. Mini at Sea video to come.
Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah. And hopefully it shows everybody how much fun it is. So it is definitely a blast. I love it. So, all right. Anything?
That's all I got. Will you stop doing that?
Why are you getting mad at me? I'm just a guest on your show.
They keep playing with everything.
Yeah, right?
I
Keeps
don't know
clicking
what's about
buttons.
I'm not
All right.
anything.
I think I'm good. We're done. We're gonna. Oh, now we're doing Matos minutes. You're gonna throw in a Matos minute?
No, I don't know why I did that. I have nothing for Matos minutes. I went to the wrong screen to go back from school. Sorry.
Hey, Mickey Mouse.
Yeah.
Stop clicking.
So yeah, I went to the wrong.
All
screen.
right.
Sorry.
Well, people were
Bye,
dropping
everybody.
off like flies. Now they're coming back.
Well, Jared, thank you for joining us today.
Thank you for appreciate your time.
Thanks for coming on.
Yeah.
All
Usually-
tired and whooped.
I ask guests to be on the show kind of last minute sometimes, but like at least they know what it's gonna be and it could be prepared.
Oh, did I forget to say that this morning? I could have sworn that
Well, you're a professional trier.
You said Bobby's gonna be on the show with me. Just roll with it.
I said, don't be mad at me.
Yeah. Oh,
Probably should have
okay.
gave you some heads up, but
I
this
wanted
is more
to ask
fun.
the reason. I had other things to talk about today, and I had like little notes. Go check out Christmas on Crestline. Love that guy. He hasn't been doing videos for a while. He's dealing with some stuff, but go check out his past videos. Subscribe to him. Wait for him to come back and do some videos. He does some cool stuff. He's got some stuff I learned about this weekend that he's dealing with family-wise. So go support him. Go see his old videos. Subscribe to him so when he comes back, you can catch all the cool stuff that they do at Christmas at Crestline.
Awesome.
So see you guys. I'm going to take over now. Bye.
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 Yo, it's that time again. The Zeus Sasquatch Vacation Contest is live. Take our sticker somewhere awesome. Beach, mountains, Disney, a trash can, it doesn't matter. Just make it epic. Send your pic to Andy at matosdesigns.com by August 5th for a shot at $1,000 in prizes. Let's see where the Matos crew ends up this summer. Now go get wild with it.